Wow.
Sorry, I forgot to fade out.
So you're gonna run it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna run it again. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
It was set on loop. Sorry, that's my bad.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Permission to just say the line, or do you want to say it?
Yeah, no. Do you want me to start it over?
Yeah, just give me like a second of the song.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sunday Fun Day. We are going into week 13. This is a week 12 recap, but we're headed into week 13, Thanksgiving week. Personally, for me, American Thanksgiving has become one of my favorite days of the year. I think I said this on the podcast every year, but I take this is now 5 years in a row I've got to take the Thursday off of Thanksgiving ever since my buddy married a American girl, and she lives in Canada here. We've been celebrating that every year. Right. A bunch of people come over. We all have food. I'm gonna have a brisket on the smoker tomorrow. I'm gonna have pulled pork in the crock pot. I got 2 dips I'm making in the morning. I'm excited. I'm very excited. This episode is obviously dropping Thursday morning, so hopefully you're listening to these before the game. If not, we apologize for being a little later on this one. It'll happen though. Hoodies. We are going to we're going to have some hoodies for sale. We do need to get to a certain number of them to get to the price we want. So they're going to be $50 hoodies. If anybody listening is interested, find a way to contact one of the 3 of us. If we're on YouTube now as well, boys. This is the logo. If you're watching on YouTube, this is the logo that will be on a sweater. So you got to watch your gestures out here, Matt, because we're out on YouTube now.
I know. I was thinking about that today a little bit. I got to be maybe a little bit more self-controlled with some.
No, you do what you got to do, but just know.
No, I'm not going to do some things that I've done in the past. But
yeah. Do you want to expand on that or no?
Well, I feel like I'm in a vulnerable spot now with audio and video, so I think I'm just gonna keep my hands to myself, keep them crossed.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Good idea. The hoodies are gonna be $50. You can get it in black, like the one I'm wearing, or it's like a gray. I forget the color. It's a gray sweater though, some form of gray. I think it's like a lighter gray. I have felt the hoodies. I've seen them. They're actually really nice hoodies, like good quality ones that we're getting at a pretty good deal. So if you're interested and you want to support the boys, $50 for a hoodie, let us know. And if we can reach that number that we need to get that price, then we will put the order in. So that's our little plug from that. And follow our Instagram and TikTok.
Please.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Jesse Benders helped us out a lot. We have we had a bunch of clips going out, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, I think, are the 3 places you can find us, and all the everywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts. That's enough for plugs. We'll move on to football games, and since we're recording this a little later, this is 7 days ago, so usually I'd be fine to just kind of skim over this, but the Buffalo Bills traveled to Houston on Thursday night.
You want to skip the Bills? Usually we do.
What's that?
Usually you want to skip the Bills. Usually you try to. This week we can if you want.
Well, I just thought I thought this would be a good time to go into it. Sure. Houston Texans 23, the Buffalo Bills 19. I want to ask a couple non-biased people like yourselves. Matt, maybe I'll start with you. There was a clip last week with you guys talking about the Bills being absolutely back. They're a wagon again. I'm wondering if you still feel the same way. Are they a wagon? Are they still a Super Bowl favorite like they've been a majority of the year? Or do they have a problem?
I definitely think there's problems there, but with that being said, they're still a 7-4 team, still a very good team. For them, I think it's just a matter of getting to the dance and then kind of seeing what happens from there. Like whether the Bills are 10-7 or 12-5, it's, to me, it doesn't really matter. It's just like the Bills are that team that probably should be in the playoffs for years to come, and they've already been there 3 or 4 years in a row now. So I'm not going to read into the record too much. Obviously, Houston has a good D, but still, Houston is not as good as a team, in my opinion, as what the Bills are. So definitely an upset. Bills, didn't win that game. Probably the better team, but I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm too worried about the Bills, but with that being said, they're definitely on a bit of a skid. I think they've lost 3 or 4, but of course, that one win they did have was against a desperate KC team. So obviously that's, an impressive
And
win. And
they beat
there's
the
a bunch
Bucks
of history there. So what's that?
They beat the Bucks the week before the Texans too, which was a good win. An injured Bucks team, but
Okay, so they've won more than one of their
they're
last 4.
they're 2-2 in their last 4. 2-2 in their
Oh,
last.
yeah. I mean, if I was a Bills fan, I'm sure they'd be feeling more than what I'm feeling because I'm not, a passionate Bills fan. But from my outside perspective, I think they're a playoff team still, and they just got to see what happens in the playoffs.
I do think Bills fans are freaking out just a little bit.
I think they don't have the confidence they have had in other years,
which is just awesome. Awesome to see. Brad, anything on the Bills or the Texans? We should give the Texans at least a little bit of love. Their defense is unbelievable watching that game.
Defense incredible. Quickly on the Bills. It was 3 days of rest, and they had a chance to win the game at the end. I feel like people are freaking out a little too much.
Keep it going.
They'll be fine.
Keep the panic going.
Yeah, that defense is ridiculous. And Matt, this is an all-time hate watch for you coming up because CJ is going to play. If he loses, you're going to be able to say some things.
Yeah,
Davis Mills is now 3-0.
Davis Mills is a dog, boys. He's a dog.
You will have the opportunity to get some takes out there that will be pretty valid to at least listen to if what Brett is alluding to, CJ Stroud gets some losses. Just quickly on the Bills before we move on, the losses, the quarterbacks they've lost to this year: Drake May, Michael Penix, Tua, and Davis Mills. Those are the 4 quarterbacks they've lost to this year. So that's just something to some food for thought on your Thursday morning. All right, our 3 games that don't deserve our time. We have this week, we have the Atlanta Falcons getting a big win. Maybe not a big win, really a game that didn't matter to either team. Atlanta Falcons 24, Saints 10. The Rams with yet another blowout. Rams 34, Bucks 7. And the Baltimore Ravens 23 and the Jets 10. We got our order a little mixed up last time. We'll go Brady, Brett, Matt with our order. Got that, Matt?
Yep.
All right. Cue that music.
All right.
Oh, sorry, didn't hear it. Los Angeles Rams have been in the segment a lot simply because they blow teams out. Since their Week 5 loss to the 49ers, they've won all their games and only finished with a 1-score game one time.
Wow. Matt, go.
Oh, the Atlanta Falcons playing off one with Kirk Cousins. Will we see Kirk Cousins continue to be the quarterback? I think Penix is still hurt, but also Kyle Pitts. Everyone thought this was going to be the year for him. Just another, in my opinion, lackluster season. Is Pitts a bust?
Rams have not trailed in the last 6 games.
Devontae Adams had another touchdown and leads the league with 12. Hall of Fame? Question mark.
Should those Tampa Bay Buccaneers worry about the Carolina Panthers? Bucks 6-5, Panthers 6-6.
The Saints tried out Justin Tucker this week.
Oh, Lamar Jackson has quietly been very bad since return. A good time, a good sign if you can peak at the right time. All right. I couldn't hear the music at first. We gypped the listeners out of a couple points there. That's my bad.
What do you mean? You couldn't hear the music?
At first, I couldn't hear the music. That's why I didn't start right away.
Oh,
I'm not blaming it on
for
anybody.
2 seconds. Yeah.
What?
It was only going for 2 seconds before you started talking.
Okay. I'm not. You're getting defensive. I'm just saying for the listeners, maybe they could hear the music. I couldn't personally hear it right away. That's my bad.
Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't know. I didn't realize it changed anything.
Do we have issues we need to talk about?
I don't know. You're just calling out the music. I
I'm
thought
not
it was in unison.
Like I just said, the music wasn't your fault. I said I personally couldn't hear it right away. Maybe the listeners heard it, and there was a pause, and I didn't go right away. I'm being accountable for my mistakes.
All good.
You should try it sometime.
We'll see. I'm not sure what happened there, but I thought it was good, but
yeah, it might have been, but I personally, like I said, couldn't hear it.
okay, yeah.
So that's why I was a little late on the ball.
I didn't think you were late, but all right, that's fine.
Okay, well then it sounds like we're on the same page. It's a podcast. You got to talk.
Yeah. No, I'm just I'm mouthing. What are you talking about?
Oh, you could have just said that.
Oh.
All right, let's move to Sunday's games.
Brett's in one right now.
Yeah, he's possibly some baby issues, and that's okay. We've all been there.
We've all been there.
Let's move to Sunday.
Yeah.
I have the Green Bay Packers putting a beat down on 9. McKenzie. Yeah, Packers 23, Vikings 6. I feel like this is a chance for us. Are we fully walking back our possibility of JJ McCarthy being good? Like, do we need to fully walk that back? Or, I mean, the guy hasn't played that many games in his.
Well, see, that's what I mean, because I've been the person in the past to say, like, hey, like quarterbacks, it's beneficial to sit and watch and whatever. And I guess he did that last year. He also had a torn ACL or whatever it was. So, I mean, he's obviously not practicing last year the way he could have been. But
yeah.
But I don't know. Like, obviously, it still does mean something that he did get to watch all those games last year. But you would never know that with the way he's playing. And I've seen some pretty horrendous stats, basically just the worst, whatever it is, 8 starts and pretty close to NFL history, one of the worst starts of a quarterback's career. So not good that way. Honestly, there's no doubt JJ's been a winner throughout his entire life, but I kind of don't think he has what it takes to be like he has the mentality, no doubt about that, but the arm and just the ability to make a pass is just not there.
Yeah. And we've talked about this league before, but we co-own a fantasy football team that has a higher buy-in. That's why we co-own it. There's only 8 teams in the league. We have won a championship in our 4 years. So that is our name is on the trophy. But did we possibly acquire Justin Jefferson at the worst possible time of his career? Is that possible?
Possible to a degree. I think that the hardest part for us is it's not even the hard part. I honestly think there will be a new quarterback in Minnesota next year. We did trade our first for him, and we statistically under a 10% chance, we'll say, to make the playoffs. So we are bold, but either way,
keeper league.
Yeah, building blocks moving forward.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the game. Nobody cares about your fantasy team. The Green Bay Packers.
It's yours too.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's what people are saying about us.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying your team.
Yeah. Okay.
The people are saying that about us right now. Shout out Emmanuel Wilson. Backup running back steps in. Josh Jacobs looks like he's going to be back for the Thanksgiving game. So just a 1 week absence for him. And what a nice thing to be able to plug in a guy that rushes the ball 28 times for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's not bad.
No, I honestly, I remember I was on FanDuel before this game, just kind of looking at some stats, and he was, I think, around a 2.5 multiplier. And I was like, I don't even know who that is. I'm not going to bet him. I think he had a good game before too. So, I mean, you got to be pumped that you have a guy that can perform. If Jacobs, I don't know how long he's out for. It might just be week to week, but
no, I think he's
back.
Those
injuries either.
He's back.
Confirmed back tomorrow?
Tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
but like you said, for Packers fans to just be able to plug in a guy like that just that can come in and dominate really. Because
that's a great feeling.
The Packers offense hasn't looked stellar this year.
It hasn't been what I think we thought it would be.
And what it could still be.
I think they started out kind of hot with the offense, because I remember early on in the year we were talking just about how productive this offense has been. How many, what it was, 5 wide receivers that you could maybe argue are all above average.
Yeah.
And just spreading the love. But I don't really know what it comes down to for the Packers not operating at a high efficiency. I don't know if it's the quarterback, the play calls, the coaching. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the Packers can be a lot better than what they are.
Yeah, it looks like they're pretty frustrated a little bit in Green Bay, but their defense is playing unbelievable. Moving on, Kansas City Chiefs 23, the Indianapolis Colts 20 in overtime. The Colts had a chance. The Colts had a chance to do something that a lot of other fans, a lot of other players in the NFL would have been cheering on the Colts to do, which was basically eliminate the Chiefs from playoffs. They still statistically would have had a chance mathematically, but I think it was like under 20% chance if you looked at the percentages if they would have lost that game. The score was 20-9 in the fourth quarter at one point. Chiefs ended up winning the game 23-20. There was a time during that fourth quarter watching that. The Sunday Funday boys did have a great gambling day on Sunday. And a big part of that was betting both Lions and Chiefs when they were down. Money line parlay that paid out pretty nicely. Nice. I like the switch to backwards. That looks nice. I'll do it too.
Yeah, I don't know. The brim of the cap and was just bothering me.
No, that's fair. We can be a back. Oh, my hair looks kind of weird backwards in there.
Yeah, I think kind of got your side like.
Dude, I'm not gonna show it now that I'm talking about it, but
you're balding.
I don't want to say balding, but there was a time
you're getting triangles in your forehead.
Well, there was a time about a year and a half ago, Jill made a slight mention of something. I brushed it off. I've always had long hair. I've always had a lot of hair. There's been a few pictures from weddings recently that I've seen that makes me think there's more forehead than I've been used to seeing my whole life. That's a scary thing. And now you're just having hat issues.
Yeah, is my hat lopsided or is that just me?
No, it's not.
Yeah, okay, just give me 2 seconds.
You got one eyebrow covered and the other one not. Man, there we go.
Yeah, when you look at yourself in the camera, it's like,
yeah.
Is that just me or am I pulling a dunk right now?
Yeah, shout out producer
Dunk
of Chum
Notorious
Talk.
for it.
Notorious for his hat being a tiny bit off-centered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a chance I'm having some hair issues.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to say anything, but
you've noticed
a little bit too.
You've noticed?
I just know like the coves.
Yeah, well, you can't see them right now. I'm wearing a hat. Which
no, not right now. Yeah. No,
but you have noticed. You're not trolling. You've actually noticed.
No, I'm trolling.
I'll probably lose sleep.
No, I'm trolling. I don't think I ever see you without a hat on.
Yeah, no, it's weddings and funerals. That's it. Yeah, I don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere nice, but maybe that's also part of the problem. The hat's on too much, and
I've heard that rumor before.
Yeah, I think I've heard your wife say that to you before.
Yeah,
we're talking about the Chiefs and Colts right now.
Yeah, Patty Mahomes, 29-46, 352. Yep. Just a dog performance from him, obviously. Rashee Rice, man, I don't know what it is, but I love watching that guy play football. I don't know why.
Yeah, possibly bad guy, really good football player.
Yeah, bad guys and like not bad, just like made a personal mistake.
I think, yeah, maybe a few of them. I think.
A few? Okay. I thought it was like a Dewey or something.
I think it was a Dewey that was a big
makes bad
Dewey.
Choices. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was a bad Dewey.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I just say that because I enjoy watching him on the television.
Yeah, he's a good football player.
Good football player.
Can't deny that. Really good football player. He was 8 for 41. Xavier Worthy had a huge catch in overtime. It seems like him and Patty Mahomes can't fully get connected on the deep ball yet, which is a little weird. I think that'll happen at the right time. And then Travis Kelce, I think you've said he's done. Brett's definitely said he's done. He's having a good year. He's having a really good year. And if they can, there was a time that what I was saying before though, there was a time in that fourth quarter where I was thinking I was going to have to go back and podcast. And I think it was the podcast where we did it at the cottage. We were having a good time, as we said. And I definitely said some things that I would do. I don't remember exactly what the terms of what I said I would do, but there was I think it was along the lines of Chiefs miss playoffs and Bills win the Super Bowl, but I'm not 100% sure I parlayed that and Bills win the Super Bowl. So
I think it's like a double down situation. Like I think if the Chiefs don't make it, there's a tattoo around Josh Allen.
Yep.
But if the Bills win it and the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, then that's like a full like writing out of Josh Allen on your body for forever.
Yeah. if anybody remembers the exact thing I said, and Sam Meyer I know has been really good at pulling up some timestamps from old episodes. So if you find some time on your hands and you want to give me the exact terms, but I'm not worried about it anymore. I think the Chiefs are going on a run. I think the Chiefs are making the playoffs. I really do.
Even if the Chiefs had lost that game, I still think at 5-6, like
Yeah, but look at all the teams they would have had to pass.
right. But we're talking about all these other teams having a chance, and we're gonna take the Chiefs out of contention being 5-6.
Certainly,
That's what I mean. Like
I wasn't gonna, but
The
I'm like, just if you're just looking at the percentages, it wasn't a good one.
we're gonna count the 2-5 Ravens at one point as alive, but we would count a 5-6 Chiefs team.
Well, I mean, we knew.
Like I don't think we could have counted out the Chiefs regardless of this game.
Again, we're arguing on the same point. We're saying the same thing here.
Yeah, it's a huge win, but if they would have lost, I still would like bet the
Agreed.
Chiefs to make the playoffs.
Agreed, but I'm saying the percentages didn't look friendly to them.
Yes, the
And that's
percentages
why-
for sure.
That's why I was going to have to go back and at least look at the terms. But even still, they have the Pittsburgh Steelers ahead of them at 6-5, the same record. They have the Houston Texans ahead of them at 6-5, the same record. And they need to, so they obviously need to hop those teams. I don't see that being an issue, hopping those teams, obviously. I think the Ravens now run away with the division, even though they also have the 6-5 record. Bills 7-4, Jags 7-4, Chargers 7-4. Chiefs obviously need to put out one of them. My Miami Dolphins obviously need to put out one of those teams.
Yeah, I'll never understand. I feel like you might have been the only Miami fan cheering for KC on the weekend.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on having a Josh Allen tattoo anywhere on my body.
That's fair, but
yeah,
I still think you might have been the only one. I know you had alternative motives, but
yeah. Well, I guess it would have been a win-win, but no. Even though yes, did I make the bet with myself, unprompted, stupid? Yes, but I also am a man of my word. So
yeah, I'll hold you accountable as we talked about early on in the podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the Chiefs to make the playoffs. For that reason, and the other reason is if the Bills do make it again, as long as the Chiefs are in there, I know the Bills can't win a Super Bowl. So
you're worried that if the Chiefs don't make it, the Bills could go all the way?
It certainly would worry me more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Colts. I'm not. The team doesn't worry me about the Colts. They played a really good game against the Chiefs team that was extremely desperate.
They just missed the Jonathan Taylor game in a way, you know.
Did the Chiefs kind of show the playbook to beat the Colts, like make Danny Dimes throw the ball all the time, like completely take away Jonathan Taylor? Because that's what they did. Like what was Taylor's stats? It had to be his worst game of the year.
16 for 58, an average of 3.6.
Yeah. So
as long as 27. So you take away that one rush for 27 yards. Taylor's 15 for low 30s.
Yeah,
ugly. Like 2 yards a carry.
And that's with an overtime in there where I think they went 3 and out on their only drive. But I'm not. I still look at the Colts as a good team and a playoff team, and I think they win.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
For sure.
Moving on. New England Patriots 26, Cincinnati Bengals 20. Drake may get another win.
Scary.
Drake may be a turnover, had an early pick six. I'd like to get that nickname going a little more.
I'm down.
So if anybody out there is also a Patriot hater, and you're listening to this right now, Drake May throws an interception or an ugly pick six like he did. Drake may be a turnover.
Drake may be a turnover.
Yeah. Yep. So don't be afraid to get that one out into the universe. But they won again, and they're 10-2.
Yep. Yeah, they won again. Hunter Henry, a great game for a tight end, 7 receptions, 115 yards with a tutty.
I would like to look at
their shining star. What's that?
This is not a stat that I'm going to go out and find myself. It'd be a tough one to find, but I would have to guess that there's a lot of guys that have season high receiving and rushing yards in games against the Bengals.
Yeah.
Like that had to be a season high for Hunter Henry.
Yeah. Oh, I would think.
I would think for sure. A guy like Austin Hooper, their other tight end, had 39 yards, probably a season high for him. The running backs didn't really get going quite as much. But Cincinnati Bengals, they're obviously, I would say out of it.
They're 3-8.
Joe Burrow is back.
Yes. Is that meaningless?
Yeah. I would say
Yeah,
it is.
yes, like 9-8 is their best chance, and that's not losing a single game.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say it's meaningless, and that's it's got to be a Burrow decision to come back. Like I would think.
Yeah,
Because if you're the Bengals, wouldn't like letting Flacco just play the rest of the season make just a little bit more sense? Go for a good
to a
draft pick.
degree, like that's the thing about the turf toe. Like, who knows, like the extent of it, and like I don't know. We're not going to get into that, but I feel like it's just keeping like guys like Jamar and T happy, you know, because besides that, the Bengals are all but gone home for the summer or the winter or whatever.
Yeah, whatever season it is in Cincinnati
Whatever
when
season.
they lose.
Yeah,
I guess it'd be the same season as
for
here,
us.
but
Yeah.
could be. Well, actually, yeah, they I think they get some snow for sure. Yeah, they definitely
yeah.
get snow in Cincinnati.
Definitely snow.
They're close to us.
Yep.
We're not going to be a geography pod, that's for sure.
No, and people know that.
Yeah, we'd need to bring producer Dunk back for an episode if we wanted to do that. Moving on, we have the Chicago Bears, 31, Pittsburgh Steelers, 28. We saw clips of Aaron Rodgers before the game walking around the stadium, flipping off cameramen, just having a good time in a place where he has owned the Chicago Bears. Unfortunately, he never got the chance to play. It's crazy that there was even talk that he was going to play. The guy has a broken wrist. I know it's a non-throwing hand, but it's still a little bit wild that that's even a thought that he's going to play. But the Steelers, obviously, had the division lead until that week. They are still 6-5, still have a chance of playoffs, even though we know they're going to finish 9-8 or 8-9. I think I don't know what the spread was last week, but I think I'm fully committed to just going back and forth with the Steelers in the spread game if they're available for me.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
So this spread is about as close to as what this game was as possible.
They had to have covered it, right?
You had Bears -2.5. Whew.
So
Sam Meyer, little spread spoiler. Sam Meyer, Pittsburgh +3.
Oh, so both won.
Gets the push.
Oh,
just
yeah,
the
push.
tie. Just the tie.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, so we don't
fun.
see that too often. So
No,
hint.
Yeah,
More to come in that regard for the cover game this week.
And that'll be fun for the listener column to have a tie and a push.
Yeah.
That'll make your math a little bit more fun at the end of the year as well.
Yeah. No, it was wild.
But the Bears, Matty P.
The Bears.
What can you say? 8-3.
Yeah, 8-3.
First in the NFC North.
First in the NFC North, 8-3. I struggle to put accurate words on the Bears just because, obviously, is there a little personal vendetta against them? Sure, whatever you want to say.
More than a little one.
But I don't know. They're a good team for sure. Like, they're not even average. They're good.
Yep.
I'll admit that they're good.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams he's been good this year. There's no doubt, but he's also had several bad games. I'm not convinced he's this guy that's going to take him to the promised land by any means.
That's the most reasonable you've been with Caleb. I think that's the first time you've admitted he's good.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is because they set up their offense nicely with surrounding themselves with offensive weapons. They have a lot of good wide receivers there, and they've used draft picks on them the last couple of years. And
running backs have been good.
Running backs have been good. Yeah, that Manon guy has obviously been really good for them this year. DeAndre Swift, for the most part, has been really good for them.
Mm-hmm.
And their defense has obviously been probably a top 10 in the league. And then the Ben Johnson effect. They're definitely a good team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that they won't win the division though. They do have a very tough schedule the rest of the way out.
Give me their schedule at the end of the year right now.
Okay, they play.
I'll go through it if you want.
This week on Friday. Sorry,
Eagles.
what's that?
Yeah, I can go through it. You can tell me win-loss if you want.
Okay. Yeah,
they're
we'll say loss there.
Yep. So 8-4. Packers.
They play the Packers twice. We'll say they go 1-1.
Okay, so we'll say loss there. 8-5. Browns.
They'll win that one.
9-5. Packers, and then you said win, so 10-5. 49ers.
They're gonna lose that one. It's a primetime game.
10-6
on a Sunday. There's no way.
10-6, and then Lions. Do the Lions
10-7.
So the Lions are going to beat them twice, even though that's your divisional thing.
Yeah, I mean, the
Okay.
Panthers beat the Falcons twice.
Yep, and they couldn't beat the Saints. And don't I know it from my Survivor pick? Do you want to? Can I bring up Survivor Pool to you quick
Yeah.
right now? Is this a
Yep.
good time?
Yep.
Let me give you the rundown on what's left. And I did text you, but there were 5 guys that picked the 49ers against the Panthers. Thought you'd want to know that. But
great.
so one guy was eliminated this week from the Thursday nighter, I believe. Yeah, he picked the Bills on the Thursday nighter. So one guy was eliminated this week. So we have 14 people remaining out of 42. One guy has 2 lives left. All the rest of us have only 1. So there's obviously a lot of teams that you're ineligible to pick now because we're on to week 13. The 2 teams that make the most sense for me at this time, and you just have to know there's nothing personal about anything, but the 2 teams that make the most sense for me at this time are the Miami Dolphins against the Saints or the Los Angeles Rams against the Panthers. That's what I'm in between right now.
There's a lot of personal things going into those picks.
There's a lot. So I'd like to know, obviously, the Rams.
The Rams, in my opinion, are the best team in the league. So I'm not going to sit here and say that the Panthers are going to win that game.
So
I hope we make it close and give ourselves a chance near the end, but let's be realistic here.
Would you look down on me as a friend if I picked the Rams in my Survivor pick pool?
In this instance, I wouldn't. There'd be a lot of teams I would, but I truly do think the Rams are the best, if not like top 2. And as I even say top 2, not 2. Like I think they're the best.
Yeah, and then I'm not sure I'd get more of a chance to feel confident about picking my boys, my Miami Dolphins, than this.
Where is that game?
Where is that game? That's in Miami.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say if it's in New Orleans, I wouldn't feel good about that at all. Just because I think they fight hard for the home crowd there. Like they're stingy, you know. Like the Saints are definitely a bad team, but I think they still play with a bit of heart.
The other thing, well, yeah, you're saying that because they beat you, but the other team, or the other reason picking the Dolphins against the Saints this week would make me terrified is because I can't have my 2 lives being lost in the Survivor Pool being betting against the Saints.
Yeah, that's fair.
That they only have 3 wins on the year. It would be 4. So okay,
I wouldn't choose the Rams like if I was making the pick for my own personal self, obviously.
Yeah.
But from the outsider's perspective, I've seen people pick on the Panthers in that Survivor Pool all year long. You know, it's not it's not breaking news. It's expected.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of people disappointed. Just remember that. But with that being said, the Rams are the best.
I've locked in Los Angeles Rams.
All right.
I'm sorry.
No, you're.
It'll pain me to fully cheer against the Panthers, but I will
fully.
be fully.
You're not even going to root for them a little bit.
I'll root for them to keep it close. They can't win that game though.
Okay, we might have issues.
Well, then we have issues. What game were we on?
No, we're Steelers Bears.
Yeah, we're moving past that. Good job, Bears. We'll see what Matt says. You're going to finish 10-7. You're currently 8-3, so you have 2 more wins. Look forward to that, Bears fans. We already talked about Ravens Jets. We are on to the Detroit Lions 34, New York Giants 27. It's a shame that Jameis Winston isn't the headline from this game because just 2 unbelievable trick plays that both worked out where he was obviously the main focal point. We had the flea flicker, kind of different looking flea flicker early on where he just dropped a absolute dime to the end zone to, I believe, Wan'Dale Robinson, like a 74, I want to say, yard touchdown or something. It was it was actually just a 39-yard touchdown, so not quite 74.
Jameis throws the ball 74 yards.
yeah, I think he could. He
probably could.
But 39, it was unbelievable, and he was getting rocked as he threw it, and it was just a dime. And then you had obviously one of the cooler plays of the year where he receives a pass and it was a 33-yard touchdown
Not only
Reception.
did he receive it, like, wow, he was a menace after he caught
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah, stiff armed a defender on the Lions and gets in the end zone with the perfect dance, does the Heisman thing.
I
Jameis-
remember watching that live, not knowing it was Jameis, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that was a nice
Really?
move. Yes, I did not know that was Jameis who caught it when I seen that on Red Zone.
Wow. Well, he
And I
said,
just remember thinking like, "Oh wow, like nice move or whatever."
yeah,
And then boom, touchdown, Jameis.
I said at the start of this, he wasn't the headline of this game because he wasn't. It was Jahmyr Gibbs, but now we're talking about Jameis. So one more thing on him. There's a quote he said because Jackson Dart is near returning. It sounds like he's probably going to play Monday night against the Patriots. Jameis Winston said he's available at tight end if they need him, and he was 100%. He wasn't joking.
Yeah, I believe that.
He was not joking around. So maybe
I have to say, like,
get him
I
in
know
for
he
some
has his
trick
games,
plays.
but like he has to be the best backup in the league.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
has to be.
Like
Has
he
to
might
be.
not, and you got to remember he's also 0-2 this year.
Yes,
like, he's
but
not
again,
won.
on a horrendous team.
Yeah, like I think that you're going to get fun out of Jameson or Jameis, and you know like he's going to be competitive, and your wide receivers are going to be happy too because they're getting passes. Like he airs.
Yeah.
How many times did he throw the ball in this game? He was 18 for 36, 366 yards.
Yeah.
And did have an interception, which you come to expect as well.
I feel like, let's just say, whatever team it is in the NFL, it could be any team. Your quarterback's out for, let's just say, 1 to 2 games. Like, just because of the Winston experience, I think you would have, no matter whether you're a good team or a bad team, probably, obviously, a bad team, you'd have more confidence. But even if you're a good team, I think you would still have that sky high confidence just because, Jameis can drop his nutsack out there. Like,
yeah. Yep. Just drop that nutsack right out there. Absolutely. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs rushed the ball 15 times for 219 yards. He had 2 touchdowns there. Added in 11 receptions for 45 yards, touchdown there. I think at one point we said, talking fantasy, we said Jonathan Taylor maybe had the biggest week we've ever seen. Gibbs surpassed that.
Yeah. I think Taylor was 52 and Gibbs was maybe 55 or something in a full PPR.
Yeah, 11 receptions helps that a lot with 45 yards and then 3 touchdowns. And just he, like I said it, he's the only one in the league that rivals Devon Achane as far as excitement goes.
The only one that rivals.
Yeah, like they're 1-2. Like depends.
This is the most biased comment I've ever heard.
Yeah, well,
rivals. He rivals him.
You haven't seen Devon Achane take.
Devon is levels below.
Ooh,
Gibbs.
Ooh, he ain't levels, brother. He ain't levels below. I promise you that. He ain't levels.
He's levels.
Gibbs is unbelievable. The way he runs the ball, it looked like in overtime to be able to rush the ball down there, look like no one's even touched him. Mm-hmm. He just runs past people. It's insane.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
No, I still think back to the draft. I think at the time they had DeAndre Swift and another running back there. Like they had 2 running backs and they had a successful season, the Lions, or relatively. Like the running backs did well anyway. And I remember they took him at 10th or 14th or somewhere in that range. And everyone thought was like, what? Like, what are the Lions doing or whatever? Just because they already had a full running back room.
Yep.
Wow. Did the Lions ever know what they were doing?
Yep. Jared Goff was 28 for 42. I wouldn't say he looked exceptional again. We got to remember they were playing the Giants, who haven't won many games this year, and they didn't win by much. I do have my top 5 of the week coming up shortly, and I have some questions about the Lions when we get to that. So I think maybe I'll save it for that. But I mean, Brett said it last week. There was a clip on the Instagram that he thinks that Lions are a quarterback away from a Super Bowl team. And I've never been a Jared Goff hater. I've never been necessarily Jared Goff lover, but I don't know if he's onto something or not. The Lions just they haven't quite looked as dominant as we got used to seeing. But then again, I don't know. They also have at times.
No, and that's what's tough. Like even in regards to what Goff has done in the playoffs, like he has been successful. Like it's not like Goff has been the focal point of them losing in the playoffs that they've been in the last 2 or 3 years or whatever. But I don't know. I do think about that comment that Brett made sometimes because I do think it could potentially be somewhat accurate. But with that being said, it's hard to say that just in regards to how much this Lions organization has turned around over the last few years,
Yeah.
what they've accomplished, and all of that with Goff behind center, and Goff was, like the activist and all that change there. So
Whoa, good one. Yeah. He was the activist in all that
the
change.
what?
Did you
The
say he was
activist.
the what?
Yeah, like he was the one creating change there.
He was the activist in all that change.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Never heard it put like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That should
no.
be on a quote card. Jared Goff
Yeah.
was the activist of change in Detroit.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have the Seattle Seahawks putting up 30 against the Tennessee Titans 24. This is the first time the Titans have really been in this. They're normally in our 3 games that don't deserve our time, but credit to them. They kept it close. It kind of the score looks a little closer than the game actually was, but
Yeah, I was surprised by seeing the score today. I kind of forgot that it even had got that close.
yeah, your boy that we talked about, we definitely mispronounced his last name. I think you first said Dyke, Charmine Dyke, I think is what you called him. Shamir Dyke. I'm not exactly sure how to say his first name, but I think it is DK is how you pronounce it. I think maybe our boy Timmy can for sure correct us on that once we get another video from him. But he did have an unbelievable game. He has 5 receptions for 44 with a touchdown, and then he had his second punt return touchdown of the year as well. So 2 touchdowns for your boy there. And Cam Ward was okay, 28 for 42, 256 passing with a touchdown. I think this is the type of game Titans fans, if they're still out there, if they're still watching this, can be like, okay, maybe we got something here. Jackson
one of his better games.
Yeah. Jackson Smith and Jigba surpasses DK Metcalf to set the Seahawks single season record for receiving yards with 1,304. And this was week 12.
Yeah. Not only that, like this man has a chance at setting the all-time NFL record.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Wow.
And we know we need to root for if he does do that, because I'm rooting for him to do it. Who has it? Is it Kelvin Johnson?
No idea. Probably. That's probably a safe guess though.
That's just strictly a guess. I would have to think, but if we're cheering for him to do that, which I'm down to cheer for him to do that, we need to cheer for him to do it in 16 games. So there's not because whoever has the record, they didn't have the 17th game to do it.
Yeah.
So we need to that's something we need to cheer for, I think. But I'm down to support him in that journey. As far as the game goes, don't think we need to spend too much time on it.
No, just a get right game for the Seahawks after losing to the Rams last week, and their Seahawks are on to the Vikings this week. If you're JJ McCarthy, there you're not looking forward to playing that Seattle defense. That's
you're not sleeping great going from the Packers defense to the Seahawks defense, both top 5 defenses in the league for sure.
Agreed.
So we will see what happens there. Jacksonville Jaguars 27 in overtime. Arizona Cardinals 24. I was a big Cardinals fan for this one. Looking at the AFC playoff picture, it would have been nice to see the Jags slip a game there. I wanted to look at the Jags schedule moving forward because they're second in the AFC South. Only a game back of the Colts now for the AFC South. Do you have Jacksonville's schedule in front of you?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to pull the Colts in front of me here, and I wanted to see if there's a chance that Jacksonville has to win that division, which a lot of people wouldn't have thought is possible when the Colts were on a run.
So Jags Colts play twice. Do we say 1-1?
We can, but that's obviously that obviously decides it. If one of the 2 teams can sweep that, like say.
Well, let's just do the games without those games.
Okay, so we can say 1-1. The Colts have the Texans this week. It's a tough game.
Tough game. Probably a very close game, but
probably a very close game. It's a win.
But if CJ Stroud is back, probably win for the Colts.
So this is who the Colts have left, other than the 2 Jags games. They have Texans, Seahawks, 49ers, Texans.
Texans twice. And this is the Colts.
So we can say, if you're doing your divisional math, we can say they split the Jags and split the Texans.
Yeah.
So that gives them 2-2, and then it's 49ers and Seahawks.
They'll win one of those. I mean,
Okay.
the Colts are supposed to be one of these great teams.
Okay, so we can say the Colts have a real legit chance of being 3-3 in their last 6,
Yeah, which puts them at what?
which puts them at, I think they're at 8 wins, so that puts them at
Okay, so
11
and 6.
11-6. And now the Jags schedule.
Yeah, they play the Titans this week.
Win.
We have our 2 games against the Colts, so
Yeah, so we'll split them. So that's
so
one win.
that's 9 wins. And then they play the Jets,
Win.
10 wins. The Broncos,
I gotta say loss, especially the Broncos are, they're not gonna have anything clinched by then for sure.
yeah, that's week. That's the third last week, week 15 or 16.
Yeah, so they'll be. So I'll say
and
loss.
then our Colts, which we already counted for. Last game, Titans.
Oh my gosh.
They play the Titans twice, so that's 11-6 as well.
And then it would go head to head.
That's what I mean. That's when these 2 games they have against each other, that decides, like that's with us being right on everything else. But
yeah, of course, which we normally are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, just Jags are right in it though. Like Jags are right in it. Like
Yeah.
they have an easier schedule remaining than the Colts for sure.
Definitely.
Your
My
hat
hat
okay?
crooked now?
I was starting to wonder.
Is it?
No.
Okay. Sometimes when you look in the camera with the hat, it's like,
Dude, maybe I know that's why I kept adjusting because I'm like, every
well,
time
you're
I
good.
look at them-
Well, don't. Well, I think.
yeah, I
you
gotta
just,
stop touching it.
yeah, you just moved it down on one side a little bit. I think you're good though.
Yeah.
I think you're good. Do you like my setup behind me?
Yeah, I love the setup.
Yeah.
It's a true sportsman memorabilia behind you.
Yeah. Really got it all. It goes up a little higher too.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of nice. And
Yeah.
then we got Dolphins, Leafs, Jays.
Yeah.
See the old
You
Chump
love to
Talk
see
sign
that.
back there?
Yes, sir.
Do you see what's beside
CT.
it?
The Globe.
The Globe.
We went to a lot of places.
We went to a lot of places on that Globe, the old Chump
Yeah.
Talk days.
Yeah.
Real fans will know what we're talking about there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Cleveland Browns 24, the Las Vegas Raiders 10. Myles Garrett breaks his own Browns single season record, sack record with 17 plus. He's going for an NFL record there as well. That's one I'm also down to cheer for. Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders in his first ever start in the NFL was 11 for 20 with 209 passing yards. He had a passing touchdown. He had a bomb. He had a absolute bomb of a 66-yard touchdown pass to Samson. It was a screen. It was a perfectly passed screen though. Shedeur Sanders. Say what you want about him. You might be the biggest hater out of all of us. For sure, out of all of us, you might be the biggest hater out there of Shedeur Sanders. I love the man. I think he could go on a little bit of a run in Cleveland.
Yeah, you're just purely saying that. I wouldn't say
I'm not purely saying that. He looked good.
I on the record, I do want him to start games in NFL because I think it's good entertainment. It's good for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I just don't think he'll ever succeed to the extent of being like even a top 15 quarterback in the game, probably even top 20. And even just like seeing post-game interviews, like the man is not a leader. He is not a leader of men like that. The guy is a child.
You don't have that clip, do you?
No, I don't have the clip.
There was quite the quote from him, and I'll be definitely paraphrasing, but it was something about this was after 1 week of practice. Can you imagine a full off season?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like stuff like that. I'm like, bro, like
it's called confidence. You need that in a leader. Seems like Myles Garrett loved having
the
him
guy
out there.
played one game and beat the Raiders.
Yep, beat them convincingly.
And if he doesn't have that 66-yard touchdown where he literally threw the ball 4 yards horizontally,
great pass.
His stats are horrendous.
Great pass, hit him on the run.
No, sure. I would hope he could hit a guy on the run. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL. I could sure hope he could hit a guy 5 yards away from him. Like
he also
he's a starting quarterback in the NFL.
He was also on the run early on in the game, and he had a deep bomb to, I think it was Isaiah Bond, if that's even his first name.
A quarterback throwing a deep bomb in the NFL. That is, boys, this guy might win a Super Bowl this year. He might win a Super Bowl this year.
He's certainly not going to win it this year.
The way we're talking about him, we should be careful. He might.
I don't disagree. He's not going to this year, but he could in his future.
Right. He needs to get that off season in first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you imagine with a full off season as QB1?
Yeah, Shedeur does
imagine?
like, yeah. I'm just glad he's not my guy. Like, I would have a hard time rooting for a guy with that mentality on my team.
I'm gonna
That's
reach
all
out.
I'm saying.
I'm reaching out to Tyler Sagan right now over text. I'm just gonna see if he can give us a comment, just a Shedeur comment as a Browns fan. He's the only
Sure.
Browns fan, and I know. I just want to see if there's any comment.
Yeah.
And then talk about the
I don't
Raiders
think he'd
for a
be
second.
where he is without his last name. That's all I got to say.
Talk about the Raiders for a second.
Yeah, that's a tough one because the Raiders are probably the worst team in the league. I mean, Geno Smith's stats actually weren't that bad this game for once. Still fumbled the ball twice. Genty just takes a beating every game. Sorry. Besides that, nothing really to say. It's been disappointing. Obviously, Brock Bowers has been hurt this year. A lot of expectations for him. Just kind of cementing himself as potentially the best tight end in the league. Fortunately, this year just hasn't been that way for him. The connection hasn't been there with Geno. That's all I got on the Raiders. It's disappointing, really, for every player. There hasn't even been a player that's really stood out this year. Like
Max Crosby.
Yeah, obviously Max Crosby. But besides that, like, especially looking at the things off on the offensive side of the ball, like, nothing to be excited about there. Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Little segue of nothing to be excited about here. I am gonna give you my top 5 of teams with fan bases I think should be very excited. I'm naming this one the top 5 could see winning the Super Bowl. So top 5 favorites, in my opinion, I could see winning the Super Bowl. This is we talked about this earlier in the week. I have not looked at the Super Bowl odds. I'd like if you could pull that up for when I'm done and see if they're accurate to what I say. But this is the 5 teams that I believe could win the Super Bowl, and I could see them winning the Super Bowl. So this is the top 5 of the week. Number 1, I think should come as no surprise. I have the Los Angeles Rams. They have the MVP, in my opinion, Matthew Stafford. They have the best wide receiver combo in the game right now with Puka and Devontae Adams. They have an unbelievable defense, and they have an unbelievable coach that has been there and done it before. Won a Super Bowl. And I don't know if Stafford's talking about retiring at the end of the year, but if you're talking about storylines and you're talking about seeing things that could happen, what if Matthew Stafford retires on top as a Super Bowl champion for the second time with Los Angeles Rams? They're a well-oiled machine, and they're my number 1 team as of right now. Number 2, and things, I'm not going to lie, things like if you're looking at just records in the standings, things are not clear this year. I feel like there's times where you have a clear top 5 list of teams. I
agree with that. There's not many teams that are like quote unquote running away with it.
Exactly. I do have at number 2, and they're coming off. We're about to talk about this game after. They're coming off an epic collapse against a team that's maybe not that great in the Dallas Cowboys. But at number 2, I have Philadelphia Eagles. Their offense looks broken this year. It hasn't looked good except for the first quarter against the Cowboys. But with that defense and what Saquon Barkley could be and has been, I think if they get that going right at the right time, parlayed with their really good defense, I could easily see the Eagles going back-to-back and winning if they put it all together at the right time. So I have the Eagles at my number 2. Controversial, maybe. I don't know.
Controversial, but as you said, like, they can put it all together. They have that capability. It just right now it's not like that.
And then at number 3, pretty much the exact same reasons of the Philadelphia Eagles, I have the Green Bay Packers. They were my Super Bowl pick at the start of the year to win. I have them at number 3 now. This is maybe controversial. My wife pretends she's a Packers fan when they're good, but when the Dolphins are good, she's a Dolphins fan. So I'm not really sure what happens there. But the Green Bay Packers, if they can put it together on defense, as she hobbles in the room. By the way, we're not in Hawaii this week. Are you coming over here to say something? Oh,
wow!
Watching on YouTube.
Just that on YouTube.
We talked about Hawaii last week. No,
you're going to talk about Hawaii while she's here.
Well, I just wanted to. It just reminded me. There's one.
Go pack, Josie.
There's one Packers sign in my corner. because she said it had to be there, but it is on the bottom shelf if you're watching on YouTube there.
Yeah, you're a fraud. Yeah.
But yeah, anybody listening that's like, oh, Brady said he's going to be in Hawaii next week. We unfortunately couldn't go. Jill sprained her ankle very bad, and we will get there at some point, but we had to cancel the trip for this year. So that's why we couldn't make it at this time. But Green Bay Packers are my number 3. She really just hijacked my segment here. Number 4, and this is where things get real dicey, I think. At number 4, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. They're 6-5 right now. They have a lot of work to do, but if they run the table in the regular season or even lose one at some point in there, I don't know who would want to play them in playoffs. I know the Bills certainly wouldn't. I don't see any team wanting to play them. If they get hot at the right time and Patrick Mahomes fully gets his swagger back, their defense looked good against the Colts. I was going to have a really tough time leaving the Chiefs off this top 5 list, and I debatably could have put them ahead of the Eagles and the Packers, I think. But I have them at number 4. Maybe that's controversial in a lot of people's minds. It could be. At number 5, that's where things get a little dicey again. I have the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson has looked really bad since he came back from injury. As fantasy owners know, with Lamar Jackson, it's been some ugly, ugly numbers the last 2 or 3 weeks since he came back. But I actually think if I'm a Ravens fan, I'm looking at this as a positive. They're kind of known as a team that peaks in the regular season, go into playoffs, don't have that success, don't have that dog in them in playoffs. What if they're going through their little rut right now, and the way their defense is winning, they're still, or the way their defense is playing, they're still winning games. And maybe Lamar gets it right soon. I believe he does. I still think he's a top quarterback in the league. Should have been MVP last year. And when Lamar Jackson is fully going, that opens up Derrick Henry more. He's only averaging 3 yards, or he did last game, 3 yards per carry. Hasn't been great, Henry, that we got used to seeing last year, but he's been good. And I think once Lamar starts going, that means Henry starts going, and I think they're all going to click at the same time. And I had to put them in my number 5 slot in this. Okay.
All right.
I only have 3 honorable mentions. I only have 3. And then I have a list of teams with really good records that I left off, but I only have 3 honorable mentions that could go on this list, in my opinion. And there is an AFC East team in this.
The Pats.
No.
The Bills.
Bills.
Yeah, right. I forgot. Yeah.
The Bills, the 49ers, and the Bucks are the 3 teams I have in the honorable mentions of teams I could see winning the Super Bowl. So those are the only 3 teams in my honorable mentions. Obviously, that leaves out the 10-2 Pats, the 9-2 Broncos, the 8-3 Bears, the 8-3 Colts, and the 8-3 Seahawks. And then you have the Lions at 7-4, and I just put them. I have them circled as just question mark. I didn't know if I should put them in honorable mentions. I didn't know if I should put them in that other list, or I didn't know if they should be in my top 5. I don't know what to say about the Lions. Thoughts on that list, just quickly? I put a lot of thoughts into that list.
Yeah, thoughts definitely interesting, but definitely some good accuracy as well, in some degree. I think you'll be surprised with some of the way the odds are currently on FanDuel.
I'd have to believe the Rams are number 1.
The Rams are number 1. They're at a 5.4. The Eagles are at number 2 with a 7.5. And then you had the Packers next. They're 11th at a plus, or at 17.
Okay.
So they're 11th on that list.
Yeah.
4th, you had the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are third favorite.
Yep.
At 11.
11 multiplier, you're saying, when you're saying those numbers.
11 multiplier.
Anybody that doesn't know gambling. Yep.
And then 5th, you had
Baltimore,
who is 7th on that list at a 13 multiplier.
Mm.
So 2 teams that were not on your honorable mentions are the 4th and 5th favorites.
If I had to guess.
Sorry, the 4th, 5th, and 6th teams are all not on your honorable mentions or top 5.
Not on my honorable mentions or top 5.
Yes.
So then it's got to be Patriots, Colts, Seahawks?
Lions, Seahawks, Colts.
Lions, Seahawks, Colts.
Yeah.
Patriots not in there.
Patriots are actually just above the Packers, still below the Bills.
So Vegas doesn't believe in them either. That's good.
Nope. But your 49ers and Bucks picks they're the 15th and 16th favored
Wow.
as your honorable mentions. So
What are the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl right now?
1,001, the lowest they can get.
What are the Panthers to win the Super Bowl right now?
501.
Really? I mean, that's crazy. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Somehow the Bengals have a better chance at winning the Super Bowl than the Panthers. The 3-8 Bengals,
I
who
think
would need to go 9-8, and that wouldn't even guarantee they're 3-8. They would need to go 9-8, and that would not even guarantee them a playoff spot.
That makes
favored over the 6-6 Panthers.
That makes complete sense to me.
No,
complete sense.
You just have to make the dance. They're not going to make the dance.
They're not going to, but if they did, and Joe Burrow,
I would say it's almost impossible.
It's almost impossible, but if they did, they'd sure have. I mean,
we're not getting into this conversation because that is foolish to even say.
Yeah, Brett would be losing his mind right now at that comment I just made. But okay, well that's my top 5 of the week. If you have other thoughts, if you're a fan pissed off at me, if you're a fan that appreciates what I said about your team, or if you think I got it wrong, nobody I assume will think I got it right. That's how these lists work. But let us know. Let me know. I'm open to criticism. I can handle it. 2 more games to go, Matty P. The last one's going to be a lot of fun. 2 more games to go. We have quickly the Cowboys 24 and the Eagles 21. I touched on that briefly that the Eagles did get out to a 21-point lead, scoring 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then a second one early in the second quarter. Gave up a late touchdown pass to George Pickens. So going into half, it was 21-7 for the Eagles. They never scored again. Dak Prescott threw 2 touchdown passes, one to backup tight end and one to or he scrambled one in, and then Brandon Aubrey game-winning field goal. Dog kicker. I mean, that was a huge win for the Cowboys and kept their season alive.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing that the Eagles are up 21-0 in this game.
Yep.
Hard to believe that the Cowboys go 24 unanswered.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the way the Cowboys defense has been.
Mm-hmm.
I think from the Philly side of things, in a whole, it's not necessarily overly surprising they lost this game. Again, the Cowboys do have a good offense.
Yeah.
Briggs, and it is a divisional game. Yeah, Briggs is just tripping over my cords here. It is a divisional game, so those games can go either way. We all know that.
Yeah, we all we all know that. We've heard that for sure.
George Pickens. George Pickens is
9 for 146
there. It's truly amazing. I mean, if the Cowboys could ever truly figure it out on the defensive side of the ball, like, this offense could be a top 5. It could be a top 3 in the league. Like, they have some weapons, and Javonte Williams had a really hot start to the season. He's kind of cooled off a little bit since, but yeah, this Cowboys offense has so much potential.
They're 5-5-1 right now with that tie against the Packers. Their next 2 games are Chiefs-Lions. So
yeah,
tough 2 games. They obviously play on the Thanksgiving game against the Chiefs. I don't see them winning that, but you never know. If they win that, all of a sudden things they
if they win that game, that'll be
if they win that, because then they finish Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. So other than Brett's Chargers, that's 3 games they really should win. Vikings aren't a bad team either, but finishing with Commanders, Giants it gives them a chance. They just have to beat either the Chiefs or the Lions, and then they're probably going to need to beat the Chargers in Week 16 as well to have a chance.
Yeah.
Okay. Possibly the main event, the game people have all been waiting for. The reason people stick around in this podcast to get to the Monday Nighter, the only team that was playing from the Sunday Funday crew, with the Chargers and the Dolphins both being on byes. Your only primetime game of the year. You were very excited for it. San Francisco 49ers 20, Carolina Panthers 9.
Yeah. I mean, to keep it, I guess the general scope of the game was missed opportunity. Missed opportunity to the max.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the defense was unreal. Obviously, in the first half, 3 interceptions.
Mhm.
JC Horn, the best corner in the game, obviously putting his impact on the game.
Obviously.
Sucks that he got injured at halftime. Concussion,
Yeah.
haven't really heard how serious or not serious that is yet. So that's definitely scary moving forward. But offensively, we just never really jive, never really got our groove going, never really put together extended drives. For example, the first time of the game was 8 minutes for the 49ers, and then
Yep.
it felt like we had the ball for like 10 minutes the whole game. Like we just would get out there.
McCaffrey was the first 7 plays of the game.
Yeah, and there was an incomplete pass and out of bounds once. Like it was just like the clock was rolling, just McCaffrey just like burning game clock. And
Yeah.
obviously, I don't know. It's a tough loss. Still proud of the way we played to a degree. Like offensively, I know we struggled. I did see some things I liked. Obviously, it just wasn't near enough of it.
Bonafide
But-
number 1.
Yeah, Tet. I mean, obviously, not
He doesn't-
many
he doesn't-
targets this game. He did have a
doesn't like-
job.
He doesn't like
I
being
know.
called Tet.
Yeah, I've said that 100 times on this podcast.
I know. I'm saying he doesn't like it, and that's your guy.
Yeah. No, the offensive mojo didn't get grooving. We kind of seen it a little bit of a glimpse of it in the fourth quarter, but just too little, too late. We needed to kind of see that from the start of the game to beat a good 49ers team. So,
Yep.
it sucks to lose that one. We play the Rams this week, so going into it, it definitely felt like a game. Like, hey, let's win this game. I think if we played them again, I would definitely believe. Like, I know we can play with teams like that. The Rams is definitely very scary this weekend.
Yeah.
It sucks. It just sucks that we couldn't pull that one out against the 49ers because, again, I'm going to believe, obviously, and kind of hope for a little bit of a tiny miracle. But
Yep.
I've said what I've said. The Rams are the best team in the league, in my opinion.
Yep. My survivor
But-
pick. I have 2 questions. I was wondering if I could. I have 2 questions and then a comment.
Oh, I
don't
wasn't sure if I was taking questions this week, but okay.
Well, yeah. No, I'm going to ask. First question: Do you think the Panthers are the first team ever to have 3 interceptions in the first half and be losing the game?
No idea.
I don't know either. I'd assume there's a chance. That can't happen. That can't have happened too many times. That can't have happened too many times.
The glass is half full. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I
just thought of one more question. I gotta get these 3 questions in.
Okay, number 2.
And then 2 more questions and then a comment if that's okay. Second question. When JC Horn had the nice interception and the offense got to start in the red zone, Bryce looked to have a running lane to the end zone right before he threw his interception at the back of the end zone. Not a great interception by the looks of it. Looked to have space to run the ball in. Do you think that was jitters, or do you think he doesn't have that dog in him? Again, this is just a question. This is not my opinion. That's just a question.
Yeah, again, I think I've said this stat before. Since 2023, Bryce leads the league in game-winning drives, so he does have that dog in him. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I think this one actually falls back on David Canales a bit more. 4 downs on the 2-yard line. I don't know why we're not running the ball. Like, it doesn't matter what team it is. Like, we're not, like, to me, we're kind of acting like we're this legitimate offense that is consistent and has shown this league that we're a consistent offense. We're obviously not that. Like, obviously I believe in this offense, but I'm also not going to go out and say that.
Right.
We're this like pure true offense because we're still getting there.
Yep.
So to me, like, I don't know why we're trying to pull like Kansas City shit and pass the ball on the 1st and goal. Run the ball. Run the ball. I don't care what team you are.
Backs.
Run the ball. You have 4 downs to get 2 yards.
You got 2 good running backs.
The ball.
Yep.
That's what I have to say about that.
I guess my last question, it can just be yes or no, and then we can move on. Does this, knowing that if you won that game, you would have been first in the NFC South, and you would have at very least had a week where you were a first place team, does this make the loss to the Saints hurt even more?
No, I honestly, I haven't thought about the Saints game once since that day. Really,
Gotcha.
Besides besides you bringing it up every week, I haven't thought about it once, to be honest.
Gotcha. So no.
At the end of the day, we play the Bucks twice this year still, so that's what I'm thinking about. I'm not going to sit back and think about week 7, whoop-de-doo. We're in week 12 now. That's what I'm focused on. Focused on the future.
All right. I had my fun. My comment was just going to be, I do think the 49ers are a very good team. So
they are, and they gave us every opportunity to, especially in the first half, to win the first half, and we didn't.
Brock Purdy was brutal with some of those passes. I texted in the
they
group.
need Mac Jones back in there.
I texted in the group if Mike Shanahan keeps letting Purdy throw the ball deep, you guys are going to win this game. The second half, you could tell he did not trust Purdy. Like they had like a 3rd and 17 on I think it was your 30 or something. Obviously, you'd try to get the first down and go for a touchdown. They ran the ball on 3rd and 17 just to set up a better field goal. That is clearly not trusting your quarterback, and I don't blame him for not trusting Brock Purdy in that game. He was throwing some bad interceptions, but I do think the 49ers are a good team and could. That's why they were in my honorable mentions. I think they're the type of team that has a chance to go on a run. Okay.
Just from the fan of the game, wild that it was only the long passes. Like every time the ball was deep, interception.
Yeah.
Just from a fan perspective, that was wild to see.
You had to feel good anytime he threw it over 5 yards because that's when it was getting picked off.
Yeah, so it was here we go.
I don't know if he completed a pass over 10 air yards. Maybe there's 1 or 2. I think.
No, I don't think he did until the second half.
Yeah, Kittle or Jawan Jennings, one of them caught a nice one, I think. But other than that, bad. Okay, I will pull up the ad read. You want to give us spread game, and then we also have a little tiny twist to the spread game this week, where we are going to give you a three play parlay that you can ride with the Sunday Funday boys. And we've been a little bit hot, but one last thing before that, primetime unders. You were giving me complete shit at the start of the Rams Bucks game because I talked you out of doing an over for that game. Which you love.
Still bet the over.
Yeah, and did it hit?
I don't.
Nope.
I don't think so.
No, it did not. Primetime unders. That's a thing. I had to bring that up because you gave me shit.
I mean, if you go back and look at the history of primetime Sunday nighters this year, there's been quite a few overs, but
okay. Well, I'm telling you, it's felt like recently there's been a lot of unders, and I just had a feeling.
So it's just going to be an under for every single game for the rest of the year.
You made me feel like shit for having a feeling. For speaking my mind, you made me feel like a piece of shit. So now you're a piece of shit because you lost the money on it. It went under.
I'm glad you got that out.
I'm glad I did too. It's been eating me up.
Good.
Another thing, I called Matt on the phone last week. Called Matt. He answered and he goes, bonsoir. I said, what? He's like, it's French. I'm like, do you mean bonjour? And then Matt says, it's slang. Now, what the fuck do you want? I got to go. And just gets mad at me.
No.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. I'm like, okay, sorry, I'll leave. Sorry to bug you. And you answer the phone, bonsoir. What the hell does bonsoir mean? And I said, do you mean bonjour? And you said, no, it's slang. What the fuck do you want? I gotta go. So I got that off my chest too.
Good.
509 Tech. Today's episode is brought to you by 509 Tech Services, your go-to experts for phone, tablet, and computer repair. From cracked screens and dead batteries to affordable phone plans, they've got you covered. Looking for a new device? They sell pre-owned phones backed with a full 1-year warranty. Learn more. Shop online at 509techservices.ca. Mention this podcast, mention Sunday Funday, and receive 10% off your purchase. That's 509techservices.ca. Fast, friendly, and reliable tech you can trust. And mark my words, in the next 2 weeks, this phone is driving me insane. I open the app, it close app. I open app, it close app. It's driving me insane. I'm going to be going to Peter for a new phone in the next 2 weeks. So I will report how that in-store experience went with him. And I can already tell you that it went great. 509 Tech Services, located in Elmira, is the GOAT. Leafs up 2-1 against Columbus. Willie Nylander just scored, and the Jays signed Dylan Cease to 7 years.
Dylan Cease, 7 years, 210. Let's go.
Okay, now give us spread game.
Yeah, spread game. Last week, a wild week for the boys. I'll just start it off here. I went 0-2-1. I hit KC -3, tied KC -3. On the under end of that, we had Sam Meyer, who took Indy +3.5. That hit. So really,
Ooh.
we got 1.5 out of 2 points on that, which is very
Ooh.
rare. Very
Ooh.
rare. Brady went 1-2, hitting Chicago -2.5. Missed out on Tampa and his big spread of Seattle -12.5.
Mm.
Brett went,
Wait, I was 1-2.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You had the Bucks +7, dude. They got absolutely rinsed.
Yeah, I remember.
Brett went 2-1, hitting Atlanta +2, San Fran -6.5, and then Sam Meyer, our guest picker, went
Mhm.
0-1-2. That
Wow.
is right. No wins, 1 loss, 2 ties.
Wow.
So I just said you had the Colts +3.5. That hit.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh +3
Wait,
tie.
whoa. You just said he went 0-1-2.
Yeah,
You mean 1-0-2?
I think ties are at the end.
Yeah, but he won a bet.
Oh yeah, 1-0-2.
1-0-2.
1-0-2.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my bad.
Oh,
But Pittsburgh +3 tie. Baltimore -13 tie.
holy.
Yes, sir.
So he didn't
Yes,
lose.
sir. Didn't lose. So he's
One.
yes. He's
Wow.
welcome back. He's
Yeah,
welcome
never
back for
been
more picks this year.
never been done before. Maybe we'll get him back next week. We don't have a guest picker for this week because we got a little something different with Thanksgiving games. And let's start with that. We are all picking a touchdown scorer that is over double your money. So the guys that are unavailable for us to pick, I texted it, are all the guys that are big time favored to get touchdowns. So Gibbs unavailable, Josh Jacobs unavailable, Javonte Williams running back for the Cowboys unavailable, Rice, Derrick Henry, and Jamar Chase. Those are the unavailable players. And we are gonna all pick a touchdown scorer. I'm down to put it in as a parlay right now because we've been hot gambling. We can say Brett's pick first. I think we'll give him his pick. He's riding a guy he hates on a team he hates, and that is Travis Kelce to get a touchdown.
Yes,
And
sir.
Matt, out of the goodness of my heart, and because your team suffered a tough loss, I will let you have the next pick for touchdown score, and then I will round it out.
Okay. I'll be going to the Dallas KC game, and I'll be taking the tight end for the Dallas Cowboys, Jay Ferg.
Ooh,
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
don't make me change my pick.
Why? You're in that game too.
No, but I was in between a tight end and a quarterback.
Oh.
I think the way fate is doing this, I'm going tight end.
And
Mark Andrews.
wow.
Let's see what that pays out for the listeners quick. And hopefully you're listening to this before these games start. We got Jake Ferguson. I love that. And we got Travis Kelce. And we have, where's Jake Ferguson? There he is. That, if you were to place $10 on this bet, you would be paid out $146.
Ooh. That's got
Am I
some juice.
Am I putting $10 on it right now? I'm going to audible to 5. I'm going to audible to $5 on it. That pays
Probably
out
smart.
That pays out $73. That's how you bet responsibly, folks. I had $10 typed in there, audible to 5.
Yep.
$5
Call
to pay.
1-800-GAMBLER.
Yep, if you have a problem. That's right. After we were hot Sunday, there might have been times we had problems. I wasn't placing big bets, but I was firing Sunday night. To not much success.
Yeah. Sunday night was a tough night for me.
And shout out, Sunday night was a tough one for me too. And then Monday night was also a tough one for me. I'm not going to say thanks to you, but there was one. But I don't want to. There's no need to bring that up. I shouldn't have brought it up. I should bring up. We didn't shout out Brett in last Thursday nighter. He texts us. It was the Bills Texans. He texts us during the day that it's what the hell is Ray Lewis?
Ray Davis.
Ray Davis.
Ray Davis. It was his birthday. He was 20-1.
And he's a
touchdown.
He's a third string running back for the Buffalo Bills.
Not sure he's seen an offensive snap.
He did not see one that game. He did not see an offensive snap.
But he returned one for a tutty.
Yeah. and just the reason we had money to play with on Sunday was because of that bet. It was a I'm trying to scroll down to see exactly what it was. I put $2.50 on a Ray Davis.
Yeah, it was a 20 multiplier. Like I think we got $50 off it.
Yeah. I put $2.50 on it to pay out $50 and Ray Davis. So shout out Brett. On that one, he had a hunch, and hopefully his hunch about Travis Kelce is right. Yeah, I'm excited for Thanksgiving. Love ball on a Thursday afternoon. Hopefully you can get off work a little early and catch some of these games, but we'll be watching them.
Yep. So the spread game this week, I'll obviously be going first. We're going to have Brett going second, just for the sake of hopefully Brady not stealing some picks, because we're limited in Brett's selections this week, and then Brady last. So the first pick. Sorry,
Thanksgiving games are in play for this.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to start there.
Okay.
And I'll take the Joe Burrow Bengals +7 Thursday night against the Ravens.
Not sure I love that. They still have the same defense.
Yeah, but I just, I don't know.
The spark.
I feel like Burrow wouldn't be back at 3-8 if he wasn't truly ready to go. That's
Fair
the
enough.
only reason.
And
Divisional.
I've been brutal at these. Divisional, right? Divisional.
And then Brett is taking the Niners. They play the Browns on Sunday, and they're a -4.5. Maybe I should have took that one.
On my back-to-back, I am sticking with Thanksgiving as well. I think the Chiefs are going to be riding high. I think they're going to go on a run. I got them at -3 against the Cowboys. I then want to head out to Miami, where little father-son, my dad is a big Saints fan. Obviously, it's been a couple down years for him, but he thought we should watch this game together, which looking back 2-3 weeks ago, it looked like possibly the worst game of all time. It still doesn't look like a great game, but the Dolphins need the win. They're going to get the win in Miami at -4.5 against the New Orleans Saints.
Miami -4.5?
Yeah.
-4.5. Okay. And then next on the list for Brett is the Bills. That was going to be my next pick.
Ooh.
Buffalo -3 against Pittsburgh Sunday afternoon at 4:30. And then my next pick, boy. You know what? Get right game. Boy, is Baker back? Is Baker back?
It sounds like he's playing.
Okay. I'm taking the Bucks -2.5 at home against the Cardinals.
Yeah, don't hate it. It's the last thing I saw. It looked like he was back. Don't kill me if I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, and then with I'm just humming and hawing about it here. I'm going to take the Lions on Thanksgiving, -2.5, the 1:00 game against the Packers. And then Brett will take, he's got Vikings spread. I think they're severe underdogs.
Yeah.
+11.5 against Seattle.
Wow. That's big. That's a big one.
You don't see those picks from Brett too often.
No. Nope. This is a pure statistical pick. Los Angeles Rams -9.5.
All right, everybody. Good episode. See ya.
Great episode. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. Again, hoodies. If you want one, message us. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe, do all the good things for us. We love doing this pod, and we love you listening to this pod. We love you.
We love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, American.
Or as Jay Onright would say, happy Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that what I think I said it wrong.
Is that what he said?
He's like, or in Canada, as we call it,
Thursday. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. But to all that celebrate, yeah.
Yeah, to all that celebrate. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know I'll be out for the 1:00 games, but I'm hoping to make an appearance for the start of the 4:30 game. So
love it.
Let's go, baby.
Should have some brisket almost ready for you, and pulled pork will be sizzling in the crock pot.
Love it.
I have a pizza dip and a jalapeno cheddar dip I'm making.
Really?
Jalapeno popper dip is what it's called.
I'll try it.
Might be a little too spicy for your liking, but we'll see.
No, stuff doesn't bother me.
Fins up. Keep the path alive. Beat the Saints.
Keep
Beat the Jets
pounding.
next week. And we're
Big
only one
upset against the
one.
Rams.
As the music to power rank the 3 teams on this podcast.
Or rank what?
The 3 teams that are represented on this podcast: Chargers, Dolphins, Panthers.
Chargers, Panthers, Dolphins.
Stay tuned in a couple weeks. We'll look back. Fins up.